I have a question for you. Is procrastination your superpower? Oh yes, this episode we're going to talk about procrastination and really how to make it your superpower. But what you guys know, sometimes I just have to have my notes. So what I want to talk to you about is how when we procrastinate, we're inviting a whole tribe to come along with procrastination. Procrastination brings their entourage, his entourage. Okay, but before I do that, let me define procrastination for you. Procrastination, yes, I got papers. Procrastination is the act of delaying or postponing something despite negative consequences. Let me say it again. The act of delaying or postponing something despite negative consequences. Negative consequences could be missing deadlines. Negative consequences could mean giving you advanced financial issues like getting your wages garnished. Negative consequences could be health issues, not going to the doctor and getting your tests done. You could end up with diabetes, you could end up with cancer, you could end up with things that you shouldn't have. Negative consequences could result in missed opportunities. Missed opportunities, I always tell my son and my husband, don't miss your opportunities. Because when you procrastinate, you know how they say the early bird gets the worm? Well, I'm definitely the early bird. But what happens is when you miss those opportunities don't necessarily come back for you. Okay? So again, the act of delaying or postponing something despite negative consequences. Now, we're going to go back a little bit. I'm going to talk about the entourage, that procrastination, what he brings along with in terms of his friendship. So, first, we got to do our housekeeping. This is Terry Jordan Adams of Sued by the Debt Collector, suedbythedebtcollector.com. We take the debt collectors from predator to prey. Yes, we do. If you are in a situation where you've been sued by the debt collector and you need help but don't know where to begin, visit us at suedbythedebtcollector.com and make sure that you text us consult, CONSULT, to 877-505-0618 for a free case evaluation, free consultation. But let me just say this to you. When you text consult, make sure that you're going to get a link sent to you. Click the link and book your time. Because unless you book your time, then I can't give you the consultation. Okay, so we want to make sure that we dedicate time for you to get through any questions that you may have, and so that we can talk about strategy and the stages that you're in. Okay, so again, this is Terry Jordan Adams of Sued by the Debt Collector, suedbythedebtcollector.com. Now, let's get back to talking about this entourage. When you procrastinate, what ends up happening is he brings his entourage. Who is his entourage? His entourage, I got a list in no particular order and not complete by any means. He brings his boy laziness. Okay? His homegirl, I can't afford it. Talks about his uncle perfectionist. Okay? What about his cousin, I don't have time? And let's not just forget about his brother, I don't want to. All of these things are contributors to why you would procrastinate. Laziness, I can't afford it. You're a perfectionist, so you're not getting things completed. I don't want to do this. I just don't want to, and I don't have time. Well, as we talked about in earlier in the definition, that is the act of delaying or postponing something that needs to be done in spite of the negative consequences. Okay, so we don't want those negative consequences because those things are just so hard to get rid of, right? Right. But here's the thing. Can you turn that procrastination to a superpower? Yeah, you can. And I'm going to tell you how to use the procrastination in your favor. But let me tell you a quick story. It's quick. Today, in fact, I took the morning off. Going back to my affirmations, I was working on the M, which is me, to affirm. And you can go back in the prior episode and you'll learn what my pillars are. So dealing with me and self-care today, I decided last night that I was, usually I go out in the morning and, I drive Lyft, and then after I'm done, well, not after I'm done, but then when it's time for my appointment, I go and just go to my appointment, to get my nails done and get, they work on my neck and my shoulders and, they work on the circulation in my legs. But what happened was my intentions were to rest a little bit. I don't sleep that much. So this morning I rested a bit, and it's not that I didn't wake up on time. I did, but I didn't get started. So I was procrastinating today to, get myself together and then get out to my appointment. And my appointment wasn't even until 9:30. Oh my gosh. Next thing you know, I took a shower, got myself together. Next thing you know, time got away from me somehow. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be late. So I ended up 8 minutes late to my nail appointment for no apparent reason whatsoever, except for the fact that I procrastinated. For no reason. For no reason whatsoever. Okay, so here's the thing. They could have canceled on me for being late, but they love me. I love them. They take care of me, and I need them. So I'm really grateful that they didn't say, "Hey, we can't take you. You're late." I'm really glad for that. Shame on me. And what that also did was, I was not a good steward of their time. I was not respectful of their time because I procrastinated. That is not okay. Because my time is very important to me. It is. My time is very important to me. Yes, I'm human. Things happen. But, there was no reason for me to have been late. And I promise you it's not going to happen again. I get a little, I get irritated when I'm picking somebody up with Lyft, and there's like a 5-minute window. And once the people come, once I get there, I send messages that says, "Hey, I'm here. This is the car I'm driving." And then as time goes in a little more, then I say, "Okay, hey, where are you?" And, a lot of times the customers, they don't respond. And then they wait till the last 10 seconds to run out the door and get in the car. Well, by then I'm irritated because I've been here for 5 minutes. I've communicated with you and you have not responded. Okay. And you add that up over the week, I potentially could lose like 8 hours of income, literally, because, doing between 125 and 175 rides a week. And if everybody's taking advantage of that time, then it's costing me money. And so, yeah, I'm not okay with me procrastinating. And so I'm working on that. So anyway, so how do we make take this procrastination and make it a superpower and make it work for us. Let me tell you how. When procrastination is the act of delaying or postponing. Well, if we could take control of the timing of the delay or the intended outcome of you postponing that, you can make it work in your favor. So let me give you an example. So if you are, been sued by the debt collector, right? And they've served you. Now you have 30 days to respond. Okay. You get all of the work completed, okay? Because in 30 days, you don't have to get it all done at once. But if you whittle away at it, then you can complete your answer. It can be thorough, it can be strategic, and you can submit it before the deadline. It doesn't, when you get sued, you don't have to get it response in tomorrow. When you've been served, you don't have to get it in tomorrow. But if you take that extra time and you're able to pull extra strategies and stuff out of your evaluation or your audit of the lawsuit, then you'll be able to enhance your response. And with them already having the burden of proof, then they have to prove their causes, the things that they're claiming, and then dispute what you're claiming. But if you're waiting until the last minute, the only thing you're going to accomplish is to hurry up and not get a default judgment, but it's not going to set you up for the win. So what you want to do is whittle away at whatever that thing is so that you can set yourself up for the win. I'll give you another quick example. You've been sued by the debt collector. Now you're going to court. And in fact, we'll use LD. She's in the episode where she went to court and they pulled her. She's one of the testimonies. They pulled her aside, LD. Okay. But what she did is she got her answer in, and then there's a process where they go to court. She didn't negotiate with them to settle prior to that or any of that. Then they pulled her into the hallway. This is going to make it work for your favor. So then they tried to get her to settle, and she said no. Okay, so with her not settling, what did that do for her? That put her in a position where she called their bluff. And when she called their bluff and the courts called their case, they were like, well, Your Honor, she's not willing to settle. She wants to go to trial, and we're not ready for that. So we're going to dismiss the case. So what happened? She did not miss that opportunity because she prepared herself. Okay, so preparation is a part of how you overcome that procrastination. Waiting to the last minute is going to cause you to miss your moment, whatever that thing is. And everybody procrastinates at some point, but at a better point, when you decide that you don't want to procrastinate anymore, watch your blessings start to unfold and open up for you. And then you'll actually be able to see blessings that are coming for you and opportunities. But if you don't, you're just going to miss it because you're so busy trying to play catch up. Okay. So, I am going to, I know I got noisy papers. I'm sorry. Let's talk about, really quickly. I'm not going to keep you too long. I don't like to keep you long. Here's what not to do. Okay. Do not underestimate how quickly time will pass. Time will get away from you, because what will happen is when you finally say, oh, okay, I've got 5 days left or 3 days left, I'm going to take care of it tomorrow. Tomorrow, there will be some unforeseen circumstance that will come for you, and it will put you off track. And now you'll be scrambling around because you're short on time, and you'll be trying to figure out what you need to do to get this thing handled. Whatever that thing is. Okay, whether it's getting to work on time, whether if you got to go to the doctors, whatever that is. Okay, something will always happen. And then using it as your superpower, it does not mean that you do not do the work. You do the work. It's just you do the work in a manner that doesn't cause you additional stress. So a lot of that has to do with, maybe scheduling your time. Maybe setting up, dates, specific dates. So, and blocking out hours, whatever that thing is. So you want to set yourself up for success. Or let's say if you choose to negotiate a settlement on your debt collection lawsuit, you can maximize your opportunity to gain the most favorable terms of that settlement. Okay, what some of the lawyers had told me was one of the strategies is to wait right before trial. If you're intending on settling, you can wait right before trial, and then they will settle for a third or a quarter or whatever they can get from you at that time. Because if they already know they're not going to win, they know that there's no more tactics that's going to help them to get through this trial. And for them to continue in the trial, it may not be worth it for them to do that. But you'll be able to negotiate whatever terms that might be. Okay, we'll settle for a third, but we'll take it off your credit. So you everything is negotiable. Let's just say that. So that's what another opportunity is. All right. And let's say you don't procrastinate and miss the deadline to respond to your lawsuit. Okay. But either way, you don't have the money to pay today. Let's say it's $5,000. I don't have the money to pay today. So even if I negotiate a settlement, I can't give you anything because I don't have anything. Well, and so you just decide to procrastinate and drag your feet and don't do anything. Well, and then next thing you know, you're getting a default judgment. So whether you could afford it or not, there's negative consequences because they're going to take it from you. Okay. But if at least you plan and pace yourself, if you don't procrastinate, by responding, it'll give you more time to either come up with income or come up with money that will help you to get through the process. In my opinion, at minimum 2 to 3 months, up to 2 years before you even have to pay a dime toward whatever that thing is. But if you procrastinate and they get a judgment, they're going to take it. If you plan for it and you make it your superpower, then you can control the time release of what happens for you. All right. All right. So in conclusion, don't procrastinate. I'm a procrastinator, or I was a procrastinator. Let it be your superpower and not your weakness. Let it be your strength and not your Achilles heel. All right. Thank you so much for being with me. This is Terry Jordan Adams of Sued by the Debt Collector, suedbythedebtcollector.com. I always forget, make sure that you share, like, comment. If there's anything that you procrastinated on, I'd like to hear about what it is. So, and if you have any questions, as always, give me a comment and I will try to either create an episode for that or put it in our FAQs. All right. So again, this is Terry Jordan Adams, and we will see you in the next episode. Have a good one. Bye.